Welcome to your favorite news network, the Dusty News Network. You know where Negro news comes first, and I'm so excited to be your host today. Breaking news. Y'all know your boy grew up in the black church, and of course, it was a lot of people that really believed in God, and of course, these churches are always led by a pastor. Now, again, as men or young men, when I was coming up in the church, we thought that these guys were perfect and these guys didn't have problems. But as I started to get older and understanding that pastors are just men that have a religious title, I started to understand that booty clapping it up was real serious in the black church, especially in your black cities like Detroit. And speaking of Detroit, let's fly all the way to Detroit, Michigan. We're talking about this guy, Bishop Charles Ellis, one of the most prominent black African-American pastors or black American pastors in the entire country. He has a church called the Greater Grace Temple. His father was the pastor at that church, but unfortunately, Bishop, is some allegations out there on you, player. We got to get to it. So for those of you who are in the black church community, especially if you're familiar with the Detroit scene, then you guys know about this Bishop Charles Ellis. Probably has one of the biggest churches in the Midwest called Greater Grace Temple. His dad was a legendary preacher, Bishop David Ellis of the same church. His uncle from Chicago was also a big time bishop, Bishop William Ellis. He passed in 2020. So this guy comes from a good stock in the black church, super rich, super powerful, everything. You know, this guy's a legit guy in the ministry. However, he's a legit guy when it comes to clapping cheeks, all right? Maybe if you guys remember what happened 8 years ago at Aretha Franklin's funeral, Ariana Grande came up to sing a song and he ended up groping her. So that was already inappropriate, but that was just the beginning. This dude's been doing some inappropriate stuff. And now this TikToker by the name of Melodic Story is exposing him.
Okay, so let me respond to you about texts and pictures and things getting together. So this is over off and on since 2002, really to like 2018. So I have lots of things, pictures and things like that. Like we didn't take pictures of like intimate things because it was a secretive relationship. And so it wasn't like I was looking to expose him. And of course he wanted to keep things private. So that's that. But I do have bank statements. Like he put his name on my account. I don't know if that helps you, but you can see that Charles H. Ellis III. I'm not doing this to like really like make this messy, like exposing him. Like, oh, you know, it is what it is at this point. It's my story. It's my testimony of what God did in my life. This is another statement. Okay, this is 2006. One is 2004.
And that's not all.
The first woman he dealt with, I am not the last. I know that. But a lot of women have been silenced. There's a lady that used to be his executive assistant. Looking for, where's Waldo? Where is Juanita Bass? That's what y'all need to ask.
So as you hear, she's even naming names of other women that have suffered this fate. Now, basically, she showed proof that the bishop, while he's married to his wife, basically had an account for her. Now, she joined his church when she was 22 as a single mom, and basically he was clapping her cheeks, according to her, for 15 years. Now, it's even so bad that she even attended his birthday party while they're in a secret relationship when he was with his wife. And yeah, she even posted that on TikTok. Now, what did the bishop say about all of this? He says, in response to all of this, I recently was made aware of social media posts shared by a former member of my congregation with whom I had an inappropriate relationship over 15 years ago. These posts include accusations, some of which are deeply troubling and untrue. I ask for continued prayers for myself, my family, as well as this individual and her family. My deepest hope is that all parties involved can find peace and healing. That ain't how everybody else is feeling.
How dare that man come out with a statement about his attorneys will deal with it. It's not slander or libel. She telling her story now. She wants to be healed. But you could tell she's a little bit, not unintelligent, but uneducated, but still childish in a way. But still in her mind, she don't realize it's sort of spiteful, sort of vengeful. But what he did to her is no less traumatizing than a lot of other situations.
Now, basically, this is a response because he's saying, listen, if my name is on a joint bank account, my legal counsel should look into it, but it is clear that he made that decision to do so as if somebody wasn't going to tell. So, I mean, it's just crazy to be a pastor, especially your dad was a pastor of that same church. I mean, they have like a 19-acre property. I mean, the dude is super wealthy, super rich. How could he not know that eventually somebody was going to get upset? And again, this lady is doing a pre-order of a book about, all of their situations, all of their booty clapping. It's just really destroying, his church ministry right now because they didn't think their pastor was getting down like this. But now they know. Damn, pastor. So you like 67 right now, right? So you had an affair like 15 years ago. That would have made you 52, according to you. I mean, of course, we know you lying because you've been clapping them all the way up. It's in Detroit, nothing but clapathon tech out there. So how you 52? Like, I'm 44. And I don't even really have that kind of time for no affairs. Like, you a big time pastor. Everybody know you. Where do you find time to clap? And where you clapping at? Not that I want to be there, but bruh, and you acted like these people wasn't gonna know? Come on, bruh. Are you that sloppy with it? You couldn't get on OnlyFans and enroll yourself in self-clapalization? Or end up somewhere like, well, you so known, but you gotta go to the Dominican Republic and line yourself up with something like that. Somebody speaking Spanish or whatever. You know what I mean? They don't really know who you're doing. But in the black community, you go christen the girls' babies and then clap her cheeks? That's cold, pastor. But hey, listen, we got a need for a religious head over at Clapathon Tech University. We need like a teen pastor. You would be perfect for that because you already know a lot about laying on hands and clapping cheeks. Next story. Guys, I know that there's some dudes out there that don't want to get married and there's some dudes that do. But again, how you start is how you finish. And this guy asked his wife to cook him a nice meal. And, well, this happened.
My husband is mad at me because he walked in and he saw that I'm making breakfast. And I told him that this was for me and my daughter and that if he wanted some, he needed to cook for himself. I told him I was not going out of my way to make breakfast for him. This is only for me and my daughter. Like, if you're that hungry, there's a McDonald's down the street, or there's eggs in the fridge and there's bacon and you can make it yourself. He's acting like this not cooking for him thing is brand new. I gave him a list of things that I don't do the day that we got married, and he was okay with it. So what's the problem now? I told him, if you don't want to cook, you could wait and see if there's any leftovers. If there's leftovers, go ahead and eat. If there's no leftovers, then I'm sorry. You're going to have to figure it out. But I am not going to cook for you. It's not my job to cook for you. I'm sorry. And then on top of that, I'm doing scrambled eggs. He wants a fried egg. No, I'm sorry. That's too much work for me. I'm not going to do it. Plus, he's so picky with his food that he might as well just cook it himself. I got married to be a wife, not a maid. If you got married to be a maid, then that's between you and your husband. When me and my husband got married, I clearly told him, I will not cook for him, I will not clean for him, I will not do his laundry, and I will never ever split bills. I will never go 50-50 on bills. I will never help him with bills. I've said this before. He is a grown man. He's more than capable of cooking his own breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I don't care if I'm in the middle of cooking like I was in that video. You want something to eat? You can make it yourself. Especially that you wanted me to make something different for you. Oh, but all these parents are like, no, my kid is going to eat what I make. But then it's an issue when my husband doesn't want to eat scrambled eggs. He wants a fried egg. No, he's going to eat what there is if there's leftovers. I'm sorry, I didn't get married with the intentions to be anybody's slave, to be anybody's maid, okay? I am not their mother. I don't need to do things for them. They could do things for themselves, especially that he's a grown-ass adult.
Now, she said something important. She told him before she ain't gonna cook, she not gonna clean, and she not splitting the bills. He agreed to that. Now, either she don't really like you, or she don't like nobody enough to do it, but you still said yes. Brothers, you gotta listen when these women say they don't want to cook and clean. Oh, nah, she just playing. No, she not. She mean that. All right? You get you a wife that don't like to cook, don't like to clean. If you have a wife that loves to cook, there's no way that she gonna cook and not want to cook for you. That's like getting a man that love to provide and he gonna provide for himself. All right? Now you agreed to that. The woman told you up front. She don't feel like she need to serve you because you agreed to it. And as men, we got to stop agreeing to stuff that we know we don't want to agree to and get mad when it happens. Like, I'll give you an example. Dudes that deal with like IG models or chicks and you be like, look, I'm gonna fly you in. The chick tell you, well, you know, I'm not gonna smash you. You know, I'm not like that. Oh, no, it's not like that. Then she kind of come and then sometimes they might change up or whatever, but you know, sometimes they don't. And then you get mad at her because you say, oh, well, you supposed to let me crack. I spent all this money to bring you out here. And now she don't want to do it. Right? She don't want to do it because she already told you. Now you out here down bad. Believe these women when they tell you what they tell you. All facts. Next story. So guys, I want to have a conversation about some of you dudes approaching these women in these stores. It's been a real viral thing. Women been crashing out. They've been mad. Like they tired of y'all coming up to them and everything like that, right?
I do understand why that has died down because of, you know, I think women, when you post them in, you're trying to embarrass them for being pursuing or being intentional and try to call them names. I do think that has made more men step back and not do it or put themselves out there. But I still think that's wildly attractive. So I love that lion energy. I love the lion energy. And I think that's the role I feel like men should play in that process. But when it comes to relationship, obviously it's about being a good team. I think we make it harder than what it is, but it's about being a good team. I believe in a man being a lion about his. I like that. I think it's very attractive. I also think that the way that we have done things in society has kind of ruined that for men. Like women, you want to post you or say negative things about you to where, you know, men don't feel comfortable pursuing as much anymore because of how women have come about it. Soraya, what are you doing, mama?
I'm trying to get a drink.
Y'all, 1 second. Hold on.
Now that's Samantha Gibson. That's Tyrese Gibson's ex-wife. So she's somehow, she like a man that got that energy to holler anyway. And I think that is whether she got choosing signals or not. Look, man, you got to go out there and get yours, man. Every woman not going to respond. Every woman not going to think highly of you. But hey, here's what you got to do, right? Men got to help each other out. Men got to start. Listen to what I'm telling you, right? Hosting your own events, tech meetups, tech conferences, speed dating events that you host and you run. All of the women will come because wherever successful men are, or whatever men that got something popping are, the women follow it. It's just what happens. The women follow it. You got to understand that's how it works, brothers. Okay. And look, don't get mad at these women. Shoot your shot. If she don't want to deal with you, be okay with it. Because look, you keep shooting your shot and you work with other men to create these venues, women will be coming to you. That's how it works. And you'll be looking around like, yeah, you know, it is what it is. But hey, man, go out there and get her. Go out there and get her. And yeah, yes, right. A lot of men are afraid to talk to women right now because of what's going on. And that's why it's going to be easier for you, because you're going to be out there hollering anyway. We had a great story today. We got Bishop Charles Ellis, who's clapping everybody's cheeks at his church. You have the lady who refuses to cook for the husband. And then we have Samantha Gibson talking about the fact that women keep being mean to men, so they don't want to date them or approach them. Who shall win the Dusty Word of the Day? Jeopardy music! Drum roll, please! It's Bishop Charles Ellis. Negro, I could not wait to get this to you. First of all, man, your dad was like a legendary pastor. The legendary Bishop David Ellis. I believe he died in like 1986. Then your uncle was over in Morgan Park, Illinois. I remember when this happened, he stole like $500,000 from the church, went to jail for like 3 years, came back and still was the pastor after he stole the money. Now look at your ass. Mr. Booty Clapping, I want to enroll you at Clapathon Tech, Mr. No Condom Pastor. Walk in there with my wife on my birthday with my girlfriend there in the same room, preaching to people every Sunday on the Word Network. And for your ministry, like Pentecostals, PAWs, you was the presiding bishop of that. And you clapping? I got a question. Do you got somebody you can hook me up with? I mean, because you like me. I mean, like, you're a cheek clapper too, so we might as well just hang out. But for right now, throw that dust on them. It's over for you. Guys, it's my time. Subscribe, hit the bell. Shout out to Destiny's Network. I'm out.